Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And this time we
yeah.
are diving into,
I'm excited for this one.
yes, the not so perfect match.
Oh, this is a good one.
I know.
It's definitely going to give us a lot to talk about.
I think so, and I think everyone is going to be really into this one.
Yeah.
So, I guess we should tell everyone kind of what we are going to be looking at.
Yeah.
This is the first few chapters of this
Mm.
book,
Mm.
and we are going to kind of get to know the main character, Leah.
That's right. And it's always so interesting to me how these fictional characters, they can really resonate with us.
Yes.
Their desires and their struggles and everything.
Absolutely.
Kind of a reflection, I think, of all of us.
Our own lives and like what we go through.
Totally.
So, the book opens and Leah is on this blind date.
Okay.
And it's hilarious because it's kind of a meet cute gone wrong.
Uh-huh.
And her date, Daniel,
Okay.
he is a veterinarian, and it just so happens that he is the same guy who I know gave her a hard time earlier because she was trying to help this stray kitten.
Oh my God.
I know, it's just like,
Talk about awkward.
oh, so awkward.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, it's a blizzard.
Oh no.
Her dress is ruined,
Oh jeez.
and he's like totally judging her.
Oh, I can only imagine how frustrated she must be.
Oh, I know. I was cringing reading it.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what? This whole situation,
yeah,
it tells us so much about Leah right from the start.
it does.
She's clearly a very compassionate person.
Right.
I mean, she's out there in this blizzard trying to save this little kitten.
Right.
And she's also independent and strong
Right.
because she doesn't back down even when she's being judged.
Yeah.
She really stands up for what she believes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we learn she just got out of this relationship with Tad,
Oh.
and he was very controlling.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
Uh,
So,
it makes me wonder if maybe this is why she is looking for a mister right now.
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to break free from that past
Yes.
and find something totally different.
Yes, and fun.
Yeah, something light and fun.
Right.
And maybe a little bit wild.
Yes, exactly.
It's like she's making up for lost time.
Yes.
All the things that she missed out on with Tad.
Right.
Spontaneity, the romance, the compliments.
All of it. All of it. All those things.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is that Daniel keeps like getting thrown back into her orbit.
Oh, this sounds familiar.
I know.
Classic rom-com setup.
It is.
The universe is trying to push them together.
Yes, like everyone in town is trying to get them together.
Yeah, like those meddling matchmakers,
Yes.
always trying to set people up.
Yes. And what's even more like hilarious is that their personalities are so completely different.
Okay.
She thinks he is so judgmental and uptight,
Uh-huh.
but then she starts to see this like warmth in him,
I see.
and he actually has a sense of humor.
Oh, I know.
That's always a good sign.
And there's this one point where he smiles.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh, this is the sexiest, most adorable thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
So
So maybe she's starting to see him in a different light.
she is.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that you can't judge a book by its cover.
No, you can't.
You never know what's underneath.
Exactly. First impressions can be so deceiving.
Yeah.
Like you've got to give people a chance to
Right.
show you who they really are.
Yeah. And as they spend more and more time together,
Mm-hmm.
like they have to work on all these town events together.
Yeah.
You can tell that there's something there.
Oh.
Like there's some chemistry building.
That undeniable spark.
Yes.
Even though she's trying to deny it,
Yes.
her body is totally betraying her.
Oh, no.
You know, the racing pulse,
Yes.
the flushed cheeks,
Yes.
the butterflies,
All of it.
all the classic signs of attraction. Yes, and then just when things are starting to heat up,
Ah.
Tad
Reappears. The ex is back.
Yes.
That never ends well.
It does not, and it
Yeah.
just kind of brings back all of these fears that Leah has.
Right, like she's trying to escape that kind of relationship.
Yes.
The controlling, the manipulative.
Yes.
She doesn't want to go back to that.
No, she doesn't.
And Tad's reappearance,
Yeah.
it really highlights
It does.
how his behavior has affected her.
It does. Yeah.
He's planted these seeds of doubt
Yeah.
in her mind,
Yeah.
making her question her own judgment,
Right.
her own ability to make decisions.
It's like he's still got this hold on her.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost like a psychological hold.
Right.
It's lingering even though they're not together anymore.
Right, and it makes you wonder if that's the reason
Yeah.
why she is so hesitant to give
Yeah.
Daniel a chance.
Mm-hmm.
because she's so afraid of losing that independence that she fought so hard for.
Yeah.
You know?
That fear of being controlled again.
Exactly.
Of losing that sense of self that she's finally discovering.
Yes.
It's a valid fear.
It is.
Especially after what she went through with Tad.
But what's so interesting to me is that
That's that.
Daniel actually is the one who helps her.
Really?
I know to see her own worth.
Oh, wow.
I know.
It's unexpected.
It is, but he defends her against Tad.
Oh, good for him.
I know.
Standing up for her.
Yes, and he
Yeah.
basically calls out all of Tad's assumptions about her, and he tells her how amazing she is with her students.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is.
He's seeing the real hurt.
Yes.
The one that Tad tried to diminish.
Exactly, and it's like he's peeling back all of those layers of
Yeah.
insecurity that Tad piled on
Yeah.
and helping her to see herself in a whole new light.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
It's like he's empowering her
Yes.
to embrace her true self.
Yes.
You know? To see how wonderful she really is.
And this is only the first couple of chapters.
Oh, wow.
I know.
There's so much more to unpack.
There is so much more to unpack. I know.
I can't wait to dive into the rest of it.
Me too. And then she does something that I think is so interesting.
Okay, what's that?
So she goes on this date with Tyler.
Okay, I remember him.
Yeah. And he is just like this total, like, Prince Charming.
Oh, okay.
It's like romantic dinners and compliments and roses.
Oh, wow.
The whole 9 yards.
Sounds like the perfect date.
It does.
So what's so interesting about it?
Well, she isn't happy.
What?
Okay.
But he's like Mr. Perfect.
I know, it's so weird.
How can she not be happy?
I think because it's also surface level.
I see.
Like, yeah, he's charming and romantic, but there's no depth there.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
she's going through the motions,
Right.
but her heart's not really in it.
Yeah, and it really makes you think about what we truly want in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not always about the grand gestures. Exactly.
Sometimes it's the little things.
Yeah.
The quiet moments, the shared laughter, you know.
Yeah. And I almost wonder if
Yeah.
maybe she's not happy because deep down she wants something different.
Right.
Like maybe she's realizing that she's actually falling for Daniel.
And this perfect date with Tyler is just making her see that.
Yeah.
It's like a comparison point,
Exactly.
highlighting what's missing.
Right.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I know.
It really shows how we can sometimes get caught up in what we think we should want
Right.
instead of what actually makes us happy.
Totally. And then there's this conversation that they have
Yeah.
about true love.
Oh, that's a big topic.
And Tyler's kind of cynical about it.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
the chance for real connection, it's fleeting.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't last.
He's a bit jaded.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's been hurt before.
Yeah. And it's so weird because it's almost like he's echoing Leah's own doubts.
Right.
Like she's afraid of getting hurt too.
Yeah.
Fear of commitment,
Right.
fear of heartbreak.
All of it.
It's a common fear,
It is.
especially after a bad relationship.
Yeah. And then he says this one line that I
Okay.
think is so powerful.
What is it?
He says that some people have love right in front of them,
Yeah.
but they're too scared to reach for it.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's deep.
It is. And it's like a light bulb goes off for Leah.
Oh, I see.
She's like, oh my gosh, she's
Yeah.
totally right.
Yeah.
I have been letting fear
Yeah.
control my life.
It's a powerful realization.
It is.
It's like she's finally seeing things clearly.
Exactly.
Oh, what does she do?
Well, this is the best part.
Okay.
She leaves Tyler in the middle of the date.
What?
I know.
She ditched Mr. Perfect.
Yes. And she goes looking for Daniel
Oh, wow.
at the Valentine's Day festival.
Okay, this is getting good.
It is.
So she's finally going after what she wants,
Yes.
even if it means risking rejection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a huge step for her.
It really is.
It shows how much she's grown.
Yeah.
Like, she's finally starting to trust her instincts,
Mhm.
and she's choosing genuine connection
Mhm.
over this superficial romance.
It's a big moment for her.
It is.
A turning point in her journey.
But of course,
Oh, what happened?
there was a twist.
Oh, there's always a twist.
I know, and it's like the worst possible timing.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
She finds Daniel at the festival,
Yeah.
but he's with Regina,
Who's Regina?
his receptionist.
Oh, no.
I know.
Poor Leah.
And of course, she immediately thinks they're on a date.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I know.
All those insecurities come flooding back.
Yeah, and it leads to this whole
Yeah.
emotional confession
Oh, wow.
from Leah.
She tells him how she feels.
She does.
What does she say?
She apologizes for pushing him away. I know. And she admits that she was wrong about him.
That's big of her,
It is.
to admit she was wrong.
Yeah. And the most important thing she says is that she didn't trust herself.
Wow. Not him.
That's really deep.
It is.
It shows how much she's been struggling with her own self-worth.
Yeah, and how Tad's behavior really affected her.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like she's finally letting her guard down,
Yeah.
being completely vulnerable with him.
It's such a raw and honest moment.
It is, but the question is,
Yeah.
how will Daniel react?
That's what we're all wondering.
Yeah.
Right? And unfortunately, that's where the excerpt ends.
Oh, no.
I know.
Talk about a cliffhanger.
It's the worst.
I need to know what happens next.
I know, me too.
But even though we don't have the resolution yet,
Right.
Leah's journey so far,
Yes.
it's been so inspiring.
It has.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
gone from being so unsure of herself
Right.
to really taking control of her life.
Yes.
And making choices that align with her true desires.
And she's been through so much.
She has.
But she keeps going.
That's what makes her such a compelling character.
Exactly.
She's resilient.
Yes.
She's strong. And we can't forget about Daniel.
Oh, that's right.
He's had his own transformation, too.
Yeah, he's definitely grown along.
I can remember in the beginning he was so judgmental and,
Right.
and kind of uptight. But
Yeah.
now he really cares about Leah.
He does.
And he admires her.
And he sees her for who she truly is.
Yes.
That's what's so beautiful about their relationship.
It is.
It's like they're both helping each other to become their best selves.
Okay, so one of my favorite scenes is when Daniel sees Leah with her students.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like blown away
I love that.
by how amazing she is with them.
He's totally smitten.
Yeah, and he even says
Yeah.
that anyone who thinks she's irresponsible
Yeah.
should see her in action.
It's like he's finally seeing past all of his preconceived notions
right.
and recognizing her true character,
Yes.
her passion, her dedication, her love for her students.
And it just shows you how much he's changed.
He does.
Like, he's willing to admit he was wrong, and he's willing to let go of those old judgments.
Yeah.
To see Leah for the incredible woman she is.
It's a beautiful example of how love can change us,
It is.
how it can open our eyes to new perspectives.
And speaking of love,
Yeah.
let's talk about that last scene.
Okay.
So Leah comes home
Yeah.
completely heartbroken.
Oh, poor Leah.
And she's given up on Daniel.
She thinks it's over.
She does.
Yeah.
But then she walks into her apartment,
Yeah.
and guess who's there?
No way.
Daniel.
What?
I know.
He's at her apartment.
He is.
What is he doing there?
Well,
Ew.
he's there to apologize
Oh, wow.
for his behavior at the festival.
He wants to make things right.
Yeah, he's like, I was a jerk.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have stormed off like that.
Oh, that's sweet of him.
It is.
That-
He's really trying.
He is, and he wants to know
Well,
why she was on a date with Tyler.
Oh, right.
And then there's this whole misunderstanding about Regina.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he's
Got
like,
it.
I wasn't with her.
Yeah.
Like, we're not a thing.
Oh, this is so messy.
It is.
So much miscommunication.
It is like they just can't seem to get on the same page.
Yeah. It's like they're speaking different languages.
Right. And instead of just like telling him how she feels,
Right.
Leah just shuts down.
What?
Yeah. What did she do?
She's like, oh, that kiss.
Yeah.
It didn't mean anything.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Talk about mixed signals.
I know. And poor Daniel, he's
Yeah.
like so confused.
He must feel so rejected.
And hurt. Like he put himself out there.
Right.
And she just like,
Totally shut him down.
yeah.
Oh, man. That's got to sting.
It does. And that's where the excerpt ends.
Ugh. Talk about a cliffhanger.
I need to know what happens next.
I know, me too.
Mm-hmm.
But it really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
About how important communication is
Yeah.
in any relationship.
Yes. Like, why couldn't she just tell him the truth?
Right.
I know.
But sometimes it's hard, you know,
Yeah.
to be vulnerable, to say what's really in our hearts.
Especially when we're afraid of getting hurt.
Exactly.
So I guess we'll just have to read the rest of the book to find out what happens.
Yeah.
But I think this deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
It really has.
You know, Leah's journey of self-discovery.
It's been fascinating to watch her grow.
And Daniel's transformation, too.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
From judgmental vet
I know.
to a man who's willing to fight for love.
And the whole thing just highlights how complicated relationships can be.
They sure are.
Right. And how we all have our own insecurities.
And fears
And how those things can sometimes get in the way.
of finding happiness.
So
Yeah.
if you're intrigued by Leah and Daniel's story,
Definitely check out the book.
yes, you should.
It's called The Not So Perfect Match,
By Maggie Dallen.
and it's part of the Falling in Friar Hollow series.
You can find it wherever books are sold.
Yeah.
Until next time,
Happy reading, everyone.
keep diving deep.